Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to another video with Miss Laura. Today, we have another engaging story that we are going to develop together. Okay? But before to start, please let me show you what I prepared for you. Okay? Look. Look at the picture, please, and tell me, what can you see here? Oh, well, so you can say this is a lake, Miss. Yes, this is a lake. Today we are going to talk about, as I told you, an engaging story. It is about this lake, okay? What is it? Its name, okay? It is the Aral Sea, okay? Look at the Aral Sea. This is the one. Miss, but what happened? You can say, right? What happened with this? Okay, this supposed to be the Aral Lake. Okay, the previous one, this one. This lake here, it's supposed to be here. But what happened? You can see vessels here, right? These large boats or ships here, right? But there is no water. Yes, something happens. Let me tell you. Yeah, let me tell you what happens. Okay, Soviet engineers decided to use this lake, the Aral Lake, okay, decided to use this lake for irrigation. So they created, these canals to irrigate the plants. But what happened? They didn't think about what will happen if they give too much water for irrigation, right? So this is the result, okay? It is completely dry, okay? It is completely dry, and it is affecting also the fish. There is no fish here because it's completely dry, okay? There is no water here, okay? There is no water. So these Soviet engineers took the worst decision. They tried to use the water from this lake for irrigation. And look at what is the result now. So let's take a look, okay? So let's read together about this engaging story. It says, the title for our story is The Disappearing Aral Sea, right? As you saw, is disappearing, right? It is disappearing. Yes, that's right. It says, let me put it bigger here. Yes. The Aral Sea in Central Asia is disappearing. It used to be the world's fourth largest lake, okay? So this lake, as I show you, let me show you again. Okay, this lake, it used to be in the past, not anymore. It used to be the world's fourth largest lake. But because of bad decisions, okay, there is not anymore. There is no more water there. It had an area of, look at the area, 66 square kilometers, 66,000 square kilometers, and a volume of more than 1,000 cubic kilometers. Fishermen used to have catches of 40,000 tons a year. The river deltas, marshes, and wetlands around it covered 550,000 hectares, okay? And were once home to many fish, animal, and bird species. But because of that bad decision, it is affecting now the animals that live, the sea animals, okay? And also the bird species. But in the 60s, okay, planners in the former Soviet Union decided to make Central Asia the main supplier of raw cotton. This was not a smart decision. Obviously, this was not, okay, because they were thinking about economical decisions, okay, but they forgot completely about the environment, okay. The land was dry, as I show you, right? It was completely dark, I'm sorry, it was completely dry. So irrigation was necessary. To these government planners, the Aral Sea seemed like a good place to get the water. Okay, so they were focused, okay, they focused on the Aral Sea, okay, to take that water. The amount of irrigated land in Central Asia grew from 4.5 million hectares in 1960 to 7 million hectares 20 years later. The amount of water taken from the Aral Sea doubled. At that time, many people moved, okay? Many people moved into the area, and the population rose from 14 million to about 27 million, okay? The irrigated land became salty. You see, it became salty from using this water, okay? Pesticides and fertilizers were used on the cotton fields, no? In the cotton, all the cotton fields, polluting the surface water and groundwater. So it also affected. The delta marshes and wetlands began to disappear, okay? By 1990, more than 90% of the marshes and wetlands had become sandy deserts, okay? As I show you in the picture, no, that was the result because there was no more water there on the lake. The surface of the Aral Sea reduced in size by half, and its volume reduced by 3/4. Most of the fish in the Aral Sea and the wildlife around it are now gone. Okay, in 1982, commercial fishing operations ceased. Okay, where am I? Towns and villages that used to be on the seashore are now 60 kilometers away from it. People in these communities have become sick. You see, they have become sick. In the past 20 years, there has been a great increase in bronchitis, okay, as well as kidney and liver, okay, as well as kidney and liver diseases. Cancer and arthritic diseases have increased. You see, only just to take a bad decision is going to affect many aspects. Right here, people are getting sick. Okay, people are getting sick, and it appears many diseases, right? Like bronchitis, kidney, liver diseases, arthritic diseases, also the same as cancer. It increased, okay, by more than 60 times. The infant, the little ones, okay, the infant mortality rate in this area is near the highest in the world. So you see, so infants are dying, okay, because they have the highest rate in the world. 5 Central Asian states who became independent countries after the forming Soviet Union came apart in the 90s, are working to solve the problems of the disappearing Aral Sea. You see, they are working to solve this kind of problem, okay, through the International Fund for Saving the Aral Sea. Only time will tell if it is already too late, okay? So only time, no? Time will say, okay, if it is too late or not, to find a way how to help this Aral Sea, right? Because they wanted to do everything in that moment, so they took wrong decisions, and this is a result. So they want to change a little bit that effect that caused to take the water from this lake. But let's see, only time will take will tell if it is okay or it is not, okay, or it is too late and nothing can we do, okay? So we have an activity here. It says, answer these questions. Why was water taken? No, why was water taken from the Aral Sea in the 1960s? Planners in the Soviet Union wanted Central Asian to be the main raw cotton. Okay, you see. So they wanted to be the first one, okay, in the main raw cotton, okay, supplier, and they forgot about the environment, okay? So this they say, no, let's take the water from the lake to irrigate, no, our cotton, raw cotton, right? But because they were thinking on just economics, okay, they forgot completely what will be the effect just to take more than they need from the water from the lake, right? But this meant that irrigation was necessary, and so the RLC became the source of water, you see. So irrigation, it was needed immediately, and they were thinking, but from which place, right? From which place we are going to take a lot of water to irrigate all the cotton? And they say, yeah, we have to take from the RLC. Okay, so let's take from the RLC the water that we need. And they were taking more than, and the result was that they don't have any more. Everything is dry. Everything is dry in the RLC. Okay, how have the government planners' decision affected vegetation and wildlife? Most of the marshes and wetlands are now sandy deserts, and most of the fish in the Aral Sea and the wildlife around it are gone, no? Around it are gone. Just because there is no water, so there is no fish, there is no wetlands, nothing, because Soviet engineers, okay, destroy everything there. They didn't think about what is going to happen in the future if we take too much water from the RC. Okay? Number 3, how have the people in the area are in the area being affected? No? How have the people in the area being affected? They are now far away from the seashore, no? Because these people were living, okay, close to the Aral Sea, right? But what happened? Because it's completely dry, okay, now they are living far away, very far away from the seashore, okay? On the rise are incidents of bronchitis, as I told you, kidney and liver diseases, cancer and arthritis diseases. Know how they are affected? Because they are getting sick, no, and they have this kind of diseases. And the most important thing that we need to check here, what it is really people are worried about this is because the mortality rate of the infant, all the infants are dying, okay? They are dying. And this is, okay, as I show you, this is the highest, no? This area is near the highest in the world, no? The mortality rate about the infants. And it says here, 4, in the future, what do you suggest government planners should do before making economic decisions? Well, personally, it's my opinion. You can have your own opinion also. But I consider government planners should focus on the environment first, okay? Before just to think about money, what you are going to get, we need to think about our environment, okay? Because, money we can do, right? If we work together and they, in the president, or if they work as a nation, okay, money will appear. But if you are not thinking about the environment and you destroy the environment, you're not going to have future, okay? Now they suffer, no? These people suffer from the worst decision they took to take all the water from the Aral Sea for irrigation the cotton. Okay? 5. How do you think you can help the communities around the Aral Sea? Well, maybe, in my opinion, no? Presenting a project to find a way to restore the lake. And I don't know if it will be possible. Maybe it is too late to restore the lake, the Aral Sea, no? I don't know. Maybe time will say that, no? If it is okay or it is too late, but time will say that. But maybe to present a project to find a way to restore the lake a little bit, because remember it was really big. No, it has a big volume, but now it doesn't, right? So, and the wetland ecosystem, because they are necessary for the environment. Yes, it is part. So we need to think about, we need to be conscious about the environment, not just to think about decisions on economics. No, we need to think about, okay, our environment, that it is the most important thing. Okay, if we don't think about in our environment, we are not going to maybe have future. Okay, so that was the activity for today. We completed together. Okay, I hope you like this engaging story about the RRC. Now you know what happened with this. Okay, let me show you the picture with this sea, with this lake, because it used to be like this. Okay, give me a second. It used to be like this at the beginning, right? It used to be like this, and now it's like this. Terrible, no? So terrible. So there are some decisions that if you don't think before, or you don't plan, it will affect. So now they are affected because they lost maybe the main source of this lake. Okay? So that is all for today. I hope you like this story. So see you in the next videos. Goodbye.